I think if you never consumed another piece of content again in your life, you would be okay. And you would know exactly what to do and how to do it. And you wouldn't be missing any important information or guidance or anything like that. You would figure it out and you'd be okay. I feel like all of us have been bombarded with so much information and entertainment that it puts us in a state of paralysis, otherwise known as analysis paralysis. You have so much information that you ultimately do nothing because it's so much to think about, and there's just always more information coming at you. When I say stop consuming and start creating, I don't mean creating social media content or videos or art for that matter. I just mean creating the life that you want to live. And I think the best way to get to a point where you're on your path to creating the life that you want to live is to shut out the outside noise. And by the way, I'm not an expert in this field. This is something that I'm still working through and, disciplining myself on as far as content consumption. I'm a writer and producer in film. No, I don't have $1 million yet, and I haven't signed a big deal yet for a script or a directorial debut or an acting gig or anything like that. I know I will, but to get to that point where I do, it requires such focus and such commitment that you can't really afford to let in 1,000 other thoughts and opinions throughout the day, or it just drains you of your energy and derails your mind. You have to stay very clear on what it is you want, your path, your plan, and how you're going to get there. As of the past year, this is something that I've been focusing on a lot more, is controlling what information I consume. There was points where, like a lot of people, every walk I'd go on, everything I did, I'd have headphones in listening to a new self-help podcast or a new business podcast or a new entertainment podcast. But whether you want to believe it or not, those thoughts and opinions and conversations, they do alter your thoughts. Even if you're just coming at it from a place of entertainment, at least for me, it kind of changes your thinking and puts your headspace in a place that's not ultimately productive for you. Instead of listening to that podcast, you could be, walking and just deep thinking about the path that you're on and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish for that day, for that week, for that month, for that year. And kind of sitting on that and meditating on that. And I mean, sure, if you're in like a learning phase, like a legitimate learning phase, and you haven't been in analysis paralysis for a year, if you can be honest with yourself and you were learning and you were consuming this podcast for the sake of learning and you were consuming these YouTube videos for the sake of learning, then that's okay. I think that's okay. But there does become a point where there's any excess of information is just overfill. It's not doing anything for you. It's just stalling you, and it's just like keeping your mind in this like lost cycle. And what makes it very difficult to stop consuming this outside noise, whether it be entertainment or information or whatever type of content it is that these people speak with such confidence and such conviction that it is very hard to pull away. You feel like if you don't consume what they're giving you, you're going to miss out. I think to even end up in a space where you have that mindset of like, I have to consume this, otherwise like I'm going to miss out, you're not clear enough on what it is you're doing, and you're not focused enough on that. If you were, you would be cognizant of the fact that what they're telling you, it does not affect what you want to do. It's not relevant to what you want to do. When you watch all these videos of people talking about how much money they're making or this or that or their journey in this, if it's not directly related to what it is you want to do, your industry, your path, it really does not serve a purpose, and you have to be okay with not consuming that piece of content or that whatever. But yeah, I mean, these guys and girls are like really good at making the content addictive. Go figure. Like I'll go on my phone for something, and next thing you know, it's been like 15 minutes. I'm on Instagram Reels. I'm like, why, what am I doing? I didn't even want to be on this. Why am I here? So it's something that I'm still working through as far as not consuming content and just staying very present and focused on my thoughts and my realities. You know, these people making the content that you get lost in consuming, or the people that you look up to, whether it be entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, you know, the top 1% who have really accomplished what it is they want to accomplish in their field. They are so focused on what it is that they're doing and their path and their plan. They don't test a bunch of different things, you know. They're not, ooh, well, let me consume this, let me try this, let me think about this. No, their mindset and thought process and plan that they put in place from day one of their journey got them to where they're at now, where you idolize them. And that's the mindset that they'll keep imploring to continue to grow and to stay where they're at. So to get to that level, to get that top 1%, you got to stop consuming and you have to start creating, just creating the life you want. Like I said, whether it's in the arts or whatever, you want to be a plumber, you want to get your master's, whatever it is you want to do career-wise, and that massive goal that you have that you want to achieve, just focus on creating that. I mean, it's ironic too that I'm making a video that you are consuming and I'm telling you to stop consuming. This is just as much for me as it is for you. This is like a journal log for me. But I'm telling you, man, to reach that like 1% of where you want to be, like I said, I'm a screenwriter and a producer. I'm a director, I'm an actor, and I have massive goals. You know, I want to sell scripts, I want to make movies, I want to write my own movies, direct my own movies, act in my own movies, produce my own movies, sell scripts, sell projects, and make a lot of money doing it, which is top 1% stuff in the industry and is extremely difficult to do. But I know it's possible because other people have done it. So I know I can do it. To get to a place where I'm actually doing it, though, does require complete and utter dedication. And there's not really room or time to be bombarded with other people's thoughts and opinions on the world. At least in my opinion. Maybe some people can handle a lot of outside noise and still go about their day. But I know for me, I don't want to say I'm easily influenced, but I'm easily influenced. You know, it's easy for me to watch a video and then get sidetracked and think about what my life would be like if I was to pursue that instead. And then I start kind of like planning it out. Ultimately, I never do it because another thing is I think you have to really enjoy what it is you're doing. You better really enjoy what you're doing if you're going to be giving 110% at it every day, every week, because otherwise you'll burn out and you won't be able to push yourself to get to the place that you need to be in that thing. I always used to hear people say, do what you love, do what you love. And I was like, yeah, but like you can also, I feel like you can do what you don't love and still be successful. And some people are. But me, no, like I gotta enjoy what I'm doing. Even if statistically it's harder to make a living and become wealthy in that field, I'd rather work 200% harder to achieve that than just 100% in something else that I hate. Because if I hate it, I will not be able to get to 100% for that. Yeah, man, if you want to achieve your goals, just create. Create. And if you don't have a plan, if you don't know what your goals are, write it down. Try something. Wholeheartedly try something. And if it doesn't work or you realize you don't like it along the way, great, that's okay. Mark Cuban had a dope quote. He said, you got to get it right once and then you're set. You could pick the wrong career, the wrong friends, the wrong spouse, the wrong everything. But if you get it right once, you're set. And it's true. And I remind myself of that when I reflect on, you know, all the different things that I've tried and that have technically failed. And I'm okay with it because when I get it right and I win, no one's going to fault me for all my fails. I'm not going to fault me for all my fails. I'm going to be aware of the fact that those fails got me to the spot where I got my big win. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.